Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Montagne dit est à mon ça va bien faire moi dit toi. Tu là l'aucun yo. Quand on soit du roi. Allez. Awaye. Ati o roi. Ni là-haut. Abela l'aucun yo. Ni vito jobai. Ni vito nomba. Artiste mon yo. Manga Gigi. Ouais, t'es jamais forcé. Si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco, Noska, Yassin, de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
My Lord, we ask that yeah, folks, I'm muted, and so I'm back on. I hope. We ask, my Lord, that you continue to bless all of us. We want to thank you. Usually, when I come on like this, I praise the praises to God first. So if you didn't hear, it's what you've been hearing for the last I don't know how many years. But we want to thank God for His mercy. We want to thank God for all that He has done for us and continue to do for us. And we ask God to continue to bless the Republic of Liberia, bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, as we come out here again tonight to face our brothers and sisters, we ask you to control our thought, guide us, whatever comes out of our mouth, that yes, indeed, it be a decent proposal for our brothers and sisters to be able to engage us. Give us strength. Give us wisdom. We ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Okay, folks. Samson told Labrador Public Radio. We're here again this evening, and we will be discussing a lot more. To the panelists, if you have this whatchamacall, you want to join us, Samson told. Again, folks, we're going to be discussing some things that is affecting our people back home. Yeah, it's my opening here tonight. There are those who have these tenure position. They call it tenure position. That means the person is there for a certain time, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the time that allotted, and any other person, any other government coming, a person should are you clear? Are you clear? Are you clear? You want to stay in position. You see that one, I'm Tonepa ready for you. No, I'm not talking, oh, I'm disappointed. No. President Baka, get rid of those people. And let them go sue you. We got law in Liberia, for Christ's sake. Election time, we saw some of you guys with tenure position wearing CDC uniform. We saw you with CDC beret. And you want President Baka to keep you there? What interest you have for his government to succeed? He will fire you. Go sue him about whatever he owe you, and there's a contract. What's wrong with you? You think we're stupid around here? I beg you, man. That I'm disappointing business to know. The people out there, oh, the government got right to do. What government got right? You're in your position. Many of you supposed to be almost like the reason why they make it tenure so that you will be divorced of politics. But you're wearing CDC gown. You're wearing CDC hat, campaigning for CDC. And you got defeated. You want the president to keep you out there because of 10-year position. You go sue Supreme Court there. The rule Liberia is there with that. The only thing they're going to tell you, because there's a president already, the only thing they're going to tell you is, say, you know what? Government, you got to pay. The people, the man got 2 more years on a contract. Pay. We pay you off. We pay. We say, okay, we got the money. Okay, we'll pay by installment. What's wrong with that? What are you going to do? That's the law. You think they would say you're going to pay everything? No, we'll pay you by installment. What kind of business is this? You think we're stupid? You think we're stupid around here? What around here say? We saw you. Colo. You were wearing CDC t-shirt. Let me read something. If your team was stupid around here, President Baka will fire all of you. What kind of business is there? What wrong here? President Baka will fire you. Those who he thinks those who he believe that have the heart for Liberia will stay. But those we know that they have no interest to help this government succeed, they will go. They will go. They can't stay. What do you think this is? You think that's some kind of total organization? Or you think that's some kind of monthly organization? This is a Republic of Liberia. Duly elected President Baka. You want him to come sit down here and you think you're going to put fear in him? No, you will fire you. You're fired. What kind of business is it? During the campaign, we saw you. Not only were you attending CDC meeting, that's okay. You have the right to associate yourself with anybody you want to associate. But then you want the president of the Republic of Liberia that defeated your inept behavior. You got defeated. Now you want the president to come back and keep you? Okay. So the president said, I want everybody to work in my government. But that does not mean he's doing it at the detriment of his success. No, he's not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. What kind of business? What do you think we are? Some kind of stupid people? Eh? You think we're stupid? We're not stupid. We're not stupid. Eh? Let's listen to it. Okay. The 10-year position, they say. The 10-year position. Security of tenure, usually granted into civil service and in academic appointments, is considered an essential condition of maintaining independence and freedom of those service from political or partisan control. That's the definition. Partisan control. That means when you get 10-year position, according to what I just read, you stay there, you stay out of politics. Because they identify those key positions in the government that if you are neutral, you will be able to serve the people of the Republic of Liberia effectively. If you are neutral, but you want the president to keep you there. When we saw many of you with CDC hat and CDC t-shirt, actively campaigning for CDC to retain, to be re-elected, and you were defeated massively, we flogged you like market dog. Then you want the president to keep you. You think we're stupid? You will get rid of your one by one. You go sue. You go sue. We'll see you in the courthouse. We'll see the government will see you in the courthouse. It's just a matter. The government, the win, they'll say, okay, the best thing, they're not going to force the government to keep somebody who has no interest of making sure that the government succeeds, who has no interest, zero interest to carry out the policies of the government, who has no interest, and you want the government to put you there because why? Because why? Your 10-year position, go sue. When you sue, the government will say, okay, the Supreme Court will say, okay, the man won. You pay the man. We say, okay, the government will say, okay, I don't have all the money right now. We may pay me arrangement. We may pay me arrangement. Some of you, first come, first serve. If the money drying out of the pot, we pay you for 6 years. Small, until 6 year term finish. You think we're stupid around here? What kind of business is that? The president, it's okay. I want every one of us to work together. You heard the man's speech. He made that clear to everybody that yes, indeed, he wants to have a freedom. Everybody, you have a freedom to associate with whoever you want. There's no question. Well, nobody going to force you to come and campaign for for Unity Party. No. You don't want to be associated with Unity Party. That's fine. That's fine with us. We don't care. I'm not me not Unity Party either. I don't care. That's fine. So, but the issue is when you say you don't want to associate yourself with Unity Party, that's fine. You have the right. Go and campaign for CDC. That's fine. That is wonderful. You have persuasive power to go and campaign for CDC. That's wonderful. No question asked. No question. We're not gonna deny you your right of freedom of association. We drink some water. I'm ready for you tonight. I'm ready for you. You go sue. You go sue. Okay? You say, I don't want to be part of this. Okay. those of us that admire Ambassador Bakai, now president, we supported him. We campaigned on this platform and said that we told the Liberian people that this is the best you have in the whole race. Okay, but you, on the other hand, you knew very well you were serving on a 10-year position, which you're supposed to be pretty much neutral. But you're there campaigning. Now, who in their right mind, even people in Town, the village of the village of the village of the village in Town. You know what I mean by that? The village of Town. The village of that village of Town. So let me make it simple for you. You have Town here. People come from here, they go to the village. They come from the village, they go to, they make another village. They make the farm here. They come from that village and make another village before they will make the farm. So the people in that last village, they got last village, second to the last, third, and then Total. So when the message comes from Total, they go to the first village, second village, third village. Maybe it take about a week for the news that you're happy in Total, for the person in the last village to hear that. But the people over there, you think they're in the kind of position they will allow you to serve? Why? Because your team, President Baka, owe you anything. Serving is a privilege. It's not. Serving is a duty. Okay. It's a privilege. In fact, yeah, it's a privilege. Okay, you're not entitled. It's not an entitlement. You serve. Okay, that's fine. Campaign. We saw you were going around campaign. That's fine. You have the right to do that. In fact, we expect you to do that. But if you're serving in these little tenure, whatever they call the position, you're supposed to maintain some neutrality so that no government official can come and bring politics because your duty in the tenure position, I believe, is to seek the interest of the Liberian people. You are there, whatever president come to power, you are there to implement the policy of the president, the next president in line. But you vigorously campaign against President Ambassador Baka and the Unity Party. So Unity Party won the election. You want them to believe that you will always be seeking the Liberian people interest still? That's what you want people to believe? No, we're not stupid around here. Let me go and read some of these things here. People think people are stupid. It was against this backdrop that the government of Liberia honored Africa's first elected female, Ellen Johnson said, embark on establishing true acts of legislation. Now that's the law. They passed the law. Let the Supreme Court decide that law they pass, whether these people have the interest, have a true interest to do what they're doing. Let the Supreme Court decide. Okay, legislature pass. Legislature serves government entity, including integrity. What is somebody open a garage? I think. Okay. Well, okay. However, successive government after Sally, including the one that is being governed by her own party president for 12 years, have attempted and are attempting to remove those stranger positions, which is okay. The We-Are-Led government argued that it was within the president's authority to appoint government officials. However, the Supreme Court, in its ruling for a rate of prohibition against the new government, upping that the act of legislature establishing the national authority is in no way assures the power of the president. You can't talk about that here. Let me bring in Mr. George here. And let them go sue. If the government or you, if you win the case, what do you mosquito? Somebody open the garage door. But I want to get her. I'm in the studio. My garage is my studio. They kick me out. They kick me out of the house. You see the way I yelling at it? You do the woman when she's sleeping, I be yelling at it. They kick me out. So I built this myself as a studio. I have lights all over here. It's a studio. So I got my garage right there. You had a car parking there. So that my own, there are 2 car garage, right? So my car side, that's where I put my studio. Her owner car side, her son car parking there right now. So but let me bring in Mr. George. Mr. George, good evening. Thank you for joining me.
How you doing, Mr. To?
Thank you. Yeah, tonight on, I don't even need Terry to come and babysit me. No way. Tonight I'm on fire. These people think people are stupid. You're serving in tenure position, you said, but you were campaigning vigorously for CDC, and President Bakai and Unity Party flock you. They beat you just like market dog. Now you want to come and say, "Don't fire me." The man should trust you. You who campaign vigorously against him, should he trust you that you will be able to carry out his policy? No, you're fired. Take us to court. What say you, Mr. George?
No, I said it the last time. Based on the Supreme Court ruling about the LACC, it gave the president the power.
Yeah, I just read that. You're right.
Because the only thing now they can take to court is the contract.
Yeah.
I breach your contract, so you pay me my remaining year and go. But no benefit. The Supreme no benefit. You don't get no benefit.
You don't get no benefit.
It's only your salary. If that 2 years, they have to.
And the government can say, "We don't got money right now. We want to pay you in installment."
Yes. But
and if I were the one that negotiated, we'll pay $25 a month in installment.
But here is the thing. You see, I see sedition running all around here. The Jackson Garden in London at the Maritime.
Yeah, yes.
That was a tenure position.
Right.
President, we have removed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but CDC were not saying nothing. When they were putting their foot in your mouth, they were saying nothing.
And sent his friend there.
Yeah.
The lottery, I think that was a lady there. He removed that lady before her tenure.
Yeah.
They didn't say nothing.
No, it was in their interest.
The Constitution is very clear on this. It says only 3 positions.
I think you and myself have a beautiful show tonight. I like the way you're handling this situation, but you're always a fair man anyway. So go ahead. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, the Civil Service Agency, the Election Commission. I think what the other one? The LACC, Civil Service Election Commission.
I don't know much about
those are 3 entities that say you can't touch. All the ones that the legislature created.
Yeah.
Those are tenure positions.
Right.
But we tenure to be that you can't touch your person until they do something that is not in line with their position. But the Constitution says no, nobody has the right.
Right.
Or to be entitled to a position for life.
Yeah.
The Constitution says no.
Yeah.
It's a contract. So if the president don't want you, he can ask you to leave, and all the credit do pay you for your remaining time. You go there.
Let me give a fair warning. First of all, let me welcome my president, JJ Denny is watching. But let me give a fair warning to some of my friends, like the station manager of LPR. You can throw the phone on the wall tonight. That your business. I'm not here for friendship business. That they don't like me when I start dancing for Bakai. They hate me. I'm not going to dance out. Not yet. But I will let them know tonight. Go ahead, Mr. George. I think you're on the road. Let me get you time, please.
Moreover,
when
you are in the position, you cannot get yourself actively involved in politics. You can support in the background. But you can't get yourself active to be the face of a campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do so.
No.
Look at Eugene Nangbe. He took our chairman and was the face of CDC, and he was chairman, commissioner of maritime.
Yeah.
You can't do like that.
And he wanted it to be tenure.
Yeah. Then this guy, the other guy they talking about, I think he was on the Good Government Commission. He was in the street again with CDC t-shirt campaigning.
Yeah.
You can't do those things when you're in the position. You can support from the background, but it's like the soil man or the policeman. The soil man should not be involved in politics. All the paramilitary officers are not supposed to be actively involved in politics. You only can go and vote. They tell you you're not even supposed to be active in politics in your white side. No. So I see the immigration police, but George reacting and broke this, and we saw police people in CDC uniform.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not supposed to do it.
But people will leave them alone because they're not the most.
Yeah, you know, they are low fruit hanging, and they are
yeah.
But these people who are in a position and were actively involved in campaign.
Yes.
They are only there at the will of the president-elect Joseph Boakai. If you want to
they're
keep
gone.
them.
They're gone. I said, Baka, fire all of them.
So
bring in new people who will carry your policy ahead.
They can go to the court now.
Yeah.
Let the Supreme Court interpret it, because that is the actual thing. That is the legislature when they make this law. Is the court, the judiciary want to interpret the law.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can go now to the court to challenge.
Well, how many people on a court that were appointed by President we are?
Almost. Let me see. The latest
almost all of them.
No, CNN and Wologo were not appointed. No, Galawa was not appointed by President Weah, but Kaba was appointed by President Weah. CNN was appointed by President Weah. Who the other person? Kaba was appointed by President Weah. Nangbe is now on the bench right now. That position is open.
Okay, Baka going to fill it. Baka going to fill it.
So, but these are the things we are talking about.
Yeah.
Like Wilson Tappet, the act that created that agency, it says that the president should appoint the board.
Mm-hmm.
The board will intend, the president will nominate somebody, and the board will intend to confirm that person.
Right.
There was no board at the time when President we had nominated him.
Right.
So, in other words, he was just acting because the board was not fully constituted to confirm him.
I agree.
So they can read the act. The act is there. So, in other words, Professor Wilson Tappet was just acting. He was acting because the board never confirmed him.
Yeah.
The board, the president nominated him for the board to confirm. No. So
you're right.
Let it go to the court now, so the court can settle the matter. It's nothing to fight about.
But it's against them. They got nothing to stand on.
You see?
I'm not even a lawyer. I can argue for the government and we'll win the case. I will win the case right here on LPR. I don't even have to go to the Supreme Court. I stay right here. You know.
But you see, this narrative, the pushing, and it's just wrong. I hear people saying, "Oh, it's wish hunt."
Wish on where?
If you are in a director position, deputy director, assistant director, assistant minister, deputy minister, you serve at the will and pleasure of the president.
That's it.
If he wants to keep you, he can do it. If he don't want to keep you, he let you go.
Exactly.
You're the decision to the alien government. So you should expect the thing to happen to you people. If Waka keep anybody there, that's his prerogative.
Whatever he wants to do, that's fine. He's the president. He's the father of the nation.
All we can say, okay, we want to see people to deliver. If they don't deliver, we can hold them.
Yeah.
But to say it's wish hunting, no. And let us be honest, who will go somewhere? Maybe the mental health director. You got a controller there, this and that. Maybe the way he see the paper, if he wants to change anybody, he can change your people. He can say, hey, you transfer to the area, the other person can hear. That's it. So let's just be honest and discuss, because I heard the representative from every Frank Foucault today in the parliament yelling that that Honorable Buckeye, he's undermining. He want to create chaos.
Let him continue to sing the song.
What you mean, President Buckeye wants to kill chaos in the country? These people are not forced to be there to serve. If anybody feels that their right has been trampled upon, they can still reach out to the court.
Exactly.
We don't have to be sitting making all the kind of statement like this and that. No, go to the court.
You're right.
So, I mean, that's my take on it.
I agree 100%. And I think President Buckeye.
When you talk about Stephen Jackson from London, the guy was stranded there, this and that. People we may not, we say we're wrong. You say no, you had the power, you did it. So if the other person
and what he stopped the day with impeaching Kabila Jana, we're waiting. Let any other people start one little the impeachment we're bringing.
Yeah, and because
you told me somebody else will do to you.
Why they impeach Kabila Jana agree? That is witch hunting, that being vindictive.
Yep, I agree.
They said that this man entertained a motion for the Unity Party at the time to hear from the Liberty Party to hear a complaint. And this man did not hear this complaint. It was the full bench that heard the complaint because
why didn't you go after everybody?
Yeah, it was a matter of a constitutional issue. But the matter that he did entertain that motion to say what great and did. They went and concocted lies and moved the man.
Yeah.
Nobody said that was not witch hunting.
Because they have the numbers.
Now today the story is not changing the moment the goalpost. But the guy, I don't know, the goalpost, they will continue to move our goalpost.
They can move it from Morea all the way to Grand Gire, all the way to Totan. It don't matter. We will still score.
So
we're the best player. But no, what's on your plate this evening that you think you want us to jump on?
There's a story. It's not on the radar last week. The guy who was the chief investigator for the Gloria Mususka case, one Moro Dennis.
Yeah.
He spoke on OKF the last week. He said the report, that was not a report. They forced him to sign that report. I think he's in the state now.
Yeah.
And that's why when the last I said, this case here, it was not right. The same thing they did to Kabila Jana is the same thing I said they were doing to Gloria Scott because she did represent the Unity Party. I think Joe well and so they were like some vendetta they had against this woman. I'm not saying, but when I heard this guy talking, I was like, okay, but these are some of the things I was seeing that the way the evidence was presented, I had problem with it. And now yet a man talking. Because today, the family made it 1 year since Charlene was killed. So the family went to Central Prison today to observe a moment of silence and prayer. And the same story came on that, hey, the facts will come up. We told you people. So now, those are some things on my mind. And one of your directors, he tried to put his foot in his mouth.
What ministry?
No, the guy with the person who nominated for the airport to be in charge.
Oh.
Amara.
I don't know. I don't know about that guy.
He said the office rented him a car, and they said they put in the price at $105 a day, $125 a day, or something like that. And I don't think the uptake is not right. The uptake is not right.
Mr. George, I think that one I'm gonna differ with you a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to rent a car, you can rent something, a compact car, but a BMW.
No, not BMW.
Okay, or whatever. But
BMW, that was his own car.
Okay, but he has to drive to work and to and fro. But I think they would have negotiated for arrange for something small because the
they had almost like a Range Rover, one of those tough cars because of the bad road of the
you can't be spending $3,000 something like that on a car.
Well, I agree with you, but I think
all right.
The initial suggestion were okay, but those are the same, and that's what that lady was saying. Also, most of the people that thought they were doing that, these are the same people that are leaking it out so that Unity Party will look bad.
This is what you have to be on top of your game.
Yeah.
Because people can, they say, oh, Boss Mo can rent a car for you.
Yeah.
Now, if you have to put your cap on and say, hold on there. What kind of car are you talking about? How much for this car?
But if you listen to him, he's not quite familiar with the Liberian politics. It looked like he was in America and just went home recently.
He worked at the airport. He was on the board before during Ellington.
And after Ellen, he came back.
Yeah. So
then Baka brought him back.
Yeah, he's not senior to Liberia. He should know the politics.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about since CDC came to power, and he himself stated that the airport is infested with sedition who wanted nothing good for this government. So
then what? You should know better. So it was a setup because the same people that rented that car, it was the same people that leaked that story up.
Yeah.
They set him up. So if you listen, oh man, that was a setup for you. All the things they were doing, they were not doing it because they wanted to serve you. They wanted to set you up and they got you. But I think there should be a teachable moment for you now. Because you should have said, hey, no. Maybe I can use a car, maximum should be $60. Just to take me to work and bring me back $60, that'll be okay. But 125 plus this and that, no. Because you gotta be careful.
I agree. But he doesn't seem to be the type that will try to learn from Liberian politics, especially now that CDC is in opposition. And many of these people, you see, this is, you can't fire civil servants. I agree, but you can audit. And if the civil servants are seen to be in corrupt behavior, they can be removed because that's a cost. They can be removed for cost. Okay.
Oh yes.
I think what he's saying is that, and I don't care what CDC say about witch hunting. It doesn't matter. Do a audit in many of these departments that were infested or that are still infested with sedition. Audit those people, and if they find anything that is not correct, kick them out. They don't belong there. They're not. The thing about it is this. The thing about it is that they are now trying to make this government to look bad. Number one, but what they don't but they are sedition. They always like to put their foot in their mouth. What they don't realize is that they up to this time they don't have leadership. They don't have president. We have been going now for what? Almost 1 month. Okay. They don't have somebody who is in quite good leadership that will continue to bring the people together. So whatever it is that they're doing now, if they think that's going to benefit them 6 years from now, you see, sedition, they somehow, when they're ready to do something, they think, what happened? You're starting the process this early. You don't think Unity Party and President will be smart to that and start finding solution quick so that by the time election comes, you will have nothing to crow on? Man, please. We will flog them again.
But no, I'm just saying people got to be careful. And because I heard the man saying $300,000 before he took over and people share it.
Let me bring Terry in. Go ahead. Good evening, Terry. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good evening, Josh and Mr. and Libra.
Thank you.
And he said, now there's an investigation because somebody, one of the employees went and taping that this guy shared $300,000 that came in, were paid to to Rousey, and they share the money. So now he said there's an ongoing investigation for that funds. And all the cards, the deputy, everybody got a card. He said all the other cards, they took it away. All the one that packed the one that cannot function.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. What happened to all the cards?
This is the thing someone we're talking about. When you have government property, the day they fire you, just turn that property over. Because you didn't bring it there with you.
But that's not how CDC were thinking. They think they own it. They believe that they own everything in Liberia.
But that's why someone always say, and they say, and you people say someone always are a hardliner. Because for me, by this time, people be arrested. Look, the day they say they fire you, you got 1 week to turn that property over. They don't have to request it. The day, especially when the government turn it over, why other ministers, like the Minister of Agriculture, they didn't ask her to turn her car over? Why you now want to take your car, taking government property to go hide it, trying to spray it? I mean, you don't have pride for yourself. Come on.
This is Liberia. They think that people are so stupid. If the car get VIN number and you're going to go spray it, but what happened to the VIN number? You're going to leave. Even if you script the VIN number on the stuff, let me tell you, I'm not going to say all the places where they have the VIN number.
I know.
I'll tell you 2 places. They have the VIN number right by the windshield,
and
they have the VIN number on the door. But that's not. They have the VIN number.
When you live
3 other places.
Yes.
No, not just under the wood. 3 other places. Now, the one is under the wood. You already, but the 2 other places, I'm not going to say, and you will not get.
No, Labor, you got to tell us that.
No.
You got to
know.
Labor, you got to tell us.
No, the guys are hardcore criminals.
What are the 2 places?
Terry, know what some guy to do? You know what they'll do? They will go when you live the who that VIN number. They will go and cut it off.
But it doesn't matter.
I'm telling you,
the other place they have the VIN number. The other place they have the VIN number. If you find it and cut it, the car will not run.
Yeah. So they will do it because
they will tell all the secret now.
No. But I just tell you what so many guys will do. So that's the problem here. And I was saying the government person, we are issuing an executive order that everybody should turn government property in. You take the car, you carry it, you hiding it. Where you hide that car, moreover, everybody knows somebody. Somebody, you go in Yukutan and you ask for 1 or 2 points, you will say, oh, and after the hold there.
Previous government did it in it. So that was the people that are doing it.
So for
Terry, good evening.
Yeah. So I would just issue an order in the rain, have sun in the sun that will put it down for that car.
I tell you, good thing you went because you being a police director would have serious problem.
Let me put it else in the case. Friday in 4 o'clock, I'm going to arrest you. We're talking in jail.
So you can sleep there for 3 days.
Yeah, Saturday, the Minister of Finance open, Sunday not open.
Wow, Mr.
Monday then you go fire bomb.
Well, Terry, thank you for joining us. As you can see, we're having fun already. What's on your plate, sir?
Well, I was listening to Nathaniel McGill on the Spoon Network and and the panel. Was on my plate,
McGill was on Spoon tonight?
Yeah, McGill was on Spoon tonight.
Wow.
And he was answering the difficult question. You see, one of the things the panel don't understand about McGill and some political guru from the CDC is that they are very smart. And you always tell them, but they don't get it. You understand, eh? These people know how to answer questions, no matter what kind of question you bring. Even if they're in the hole, you bring it. And I know McGill is very trained and skillful politically. That is why the international community knew that if Nathaniel McGill would have been beside President Weah, he would have won these elections. So what they did, they went straight for him. You see, these people, these people are very trained. I'm telling you. That's why I told you that the elections in Liberia is international interference. The international community, when they don't want you, they will show it. They're not going to hide it under the bridge. They will come and everybody will see that they don't want you. But suddenly one of the panelists said, she said that, the Liberian people voted for McGill because he induced them with money, and how the Liberian people vote for money and all of that. Liberian people do not vote for money. And that is why many people don't understand about the Liberian politics. Liberian people vote on the basis of trust. Liberian man is easy to fool. One of the people in Liberia, and that's why I just see the politicians, I just feel that these people are just wicked. Because it's easy for you to fool the Liberian man. Look at the
sophistication. They're not wicked, they're sophisticated.
Yeah, because the people gave you the power, right? And you know that the people voted for you and you were not competent enough for the power. But the people just like you, they trust you, they say anything you can walk or even anything the people say about you will vote for you. Then you turn around and exploit these people. You understand? I don't know how they can sleep at night when they do these things. I really don't know how they can do it. So, I was listening to them, and the lady was saying that the Liberian people voted for him because he gave them money. And in my opinion, Liberians do not vote for money. But if Liberian people were voting for money, to be honest with you, plenty of people are going to.
Oh, come on now, Terry. I will CDC hijack your phone.
Maybe somebody called in.
That's CDC. They're disturbing him.
No, what he's saying.
Go ahead, Mr. Josh.
Yeah, what he's saying there, I tend to disagree a little bit. Money is involved in politics. Not time I could go to Nigeria, we also what he did there. He spent money.
Yeah, but wait now. If money was the case, CDC have money. If more people are voting for money, why did they vote not to re-elect President Weah? Because he had all the money and they were giving the money out.
Yeah, there was a problem. President Weah, certain things he didn't do, and that became the nightmare for him. Look, when he went to bombing, the person they never wanted this guy. Oh,
I want you to read this.
Read it. Yeah, I can see it. You read it.
It said, look at this undercover UP man, Mr. Josh.
Oh yes, no problem. If I'm a UP man, okay. But oh, come on, man. I'm an ANC man. I don't have my identity together. But the point is, that's why many people got problems with us. You could not see any shortcoming of CDC.
Terry is back. Go ahead, Mr. Josh. Terry can pick up.
Saying, so many people could not even see the shortcoming of the Weah government. Everything they did, that the people they didn't like President Weah. Even when it was wrong, they said they didn't like President Weah. So they narrated that what they were pushing. Instead of saying, look, this place you're falling short, this one you're trying to improve on it. They didn't do it. Oh, it was good. Every decision the president took, it was good. You have people here jumping on power, what they were jumping up here and there. When they knew that something was not working, how can people wait 9 months, they didn't take pay?
Right.
This is a problem. 9 months. Somebody didn't take pay. But you're traveling. I mean, come on. That likeness will start feeling away. People say, you know what, I like it, but they want you? No.
Those people, they came to steal and they got caught with their hands. CDC got caught with their hands in the cooking jar. And the Liberian people, you know how they can say, let me slap your hand? No. The Liberian people took CDC to the market ground and laid them on the bench and gave them 25 lashes, bare bottom. They didn't play with them. They put CDC on the bench in public. in public, in the battleground.
You're talking about how our grandmother used to be all.
Flogged them, 25 latches. And they tell them, well, you think we're not watching? But just let them come back. They're able to come back. Their butt, see, because they got whooped so bad on their bare bike, their butt and their bike is still hurting. They can't even sit down. I don't come wrong campaign. But go ahead, Terry, go ahead. I'm here to
let me just wrap up on this. So I think that Liberians are soft people. It's easy to run elections in Liberia as compared to other countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and all those kind of places, because the people there in those countries, they are open to civilization. They know what it means to be developed, and all of that. They have a construct mindset, and they know what they want when it comes to leadership. But look at Liberia. We can look at President Weah, who played soccer all his life, but never involved with politics, and talking straight from the soccer field and putting in a mansion. That is the kind of people we are. We are one of the kind in the entire world. We can fit in any society. We can do anything if we really want to do it. But I think our politicians take advantage of our sympathy and our love for them. As a result, they exploit us. Maggie won election in Bapolu County because of sympathy. When they sanctioned him, that was when the people grew sympathy for him. And based upon that, he ruled on that sympathy, and today that's how he got elected. Even President Weah, the children said, you not know Bo will vote for you. That's sympathy. That's sympathy. Ambassador Boka, you in a wheelchair, say you in a wheelchair will vote for you. That's sympathy. So do not prey on the sympathy of the people and use them to get to power and exploit them. Because when they get ready to turn on you, it's going to be very dangerous.
Terry, your point is well taken. But it seems to me that many of the politicians, their first term, especially the presidency, their first 6 years, they really don't look beyond that. I think they try to govern within that 6-year period until almost at the end. That's when they start picking up the steam to say, "Oh, let me do this." Remember, Samuel Tuato or sometime 2 years or 1.5 years before the election, he said 1 year before the election, we will do something great in this country that the people will forget what else we're doing wrong. He stated that. Okay, so I think this is the same thing here that's going to be happening.
But Madam Sally did not do that, Liberal. Madam Sally, that's the reason why, you see, Madam Sally is a trained political guru. That old lady, the knowledge that woman got, really, I thought Ambassador Boka would have really, because to be honest with you, the woman came and pushed her first year. She came with everything. She started to persecute Judy Bryant. Judy Bryant went to jail and all.
Yeah.
She put the opposition on the run. Within her first year, MPP was nowhere to be found. We're not even hearing what MPP said. For the 6 years, we're not hearing. The only political party that started rising was the CDC. And she managed
and it was because of the young people, the like of Costa, when they started attacking her sister. And these people start making all the headway on that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you, Terry. No, we still can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. What? No, you got to go out and come back in. We still can't hear you.
Yeah.
You got to go and come back.
Yeah.
By the way, go ahead, Mr. George.
No, so, just sometimes it's good to be honest. Somewhere toward the end, they are part of the person we are down for. When they went to that stadium, I don't know when he made that statement that we got enough current, we're selling current. If you see that video person, we have look. They were like, God, what are you talking about? So we'll be exporting current, we got enough current. Well, how can you say that to the people when they don't have current in the country? People are in heat. Hospitals don't have current.
Let me see. Terry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
You hear
Okay,
me?
go ahead, Mr. Josh.
And you make that kind of statement. You remember the Grandeur Highway? Samuel Toto, in 3 years before the election, that road would have been paved.
Yeah.
He told he said it, that within 3 years, that road going to be paved. So when you make the kind of commitment to the people,
Yes.
and you don't live up to it, it becomes a problem. So promises, yeah, politicians can make promises, but some of the promises you make, if you don't live up to it, it will haunt you. And this is why the real government suffer from. People start losing trust. And when people start losing trust, forget it. He went to bombing. He carried Morris Satoma. The people boo him. They said, we don't want Satoma. But he did. He told the people that I'll carry him. That's a challenge to the voters.
Right.
The voters said, we don't want this man. That you should have distanced yourself from that man. But you told the people, no. That's the man I want. Every student start backing up a little bit from him. So, but all they knew that whatever they did, they thought 2017 was 2023. That whatever we do here, the people like President Weah, they will vote him.
But they used to tell us, they said 2020 when they got flocked massively, they said, oh, President Weah was now on the ballot. That's why.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what they said.
Terry, go ahead, finish your statement, and then I can bring up another topic for us to discuss. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, man. I just interrupting something. So you guys were having a good time. But yeah, to me, I think that was on my mind actually, because I think that politicians in Liberia take advantage of the people, the simplicity of the Liberian people a lot, and you can't continue to use one woman over and over. That woman, when she gets sense, and the day you come back, she tell you no, she will mean no. So I think politicians need to wake up, because the Liberians are growing. They are growing mature in politics. And what worsening the situation now is the technology. Everything you do is on Facebook. And one of the things that is going to create confusion in the society is when Liberians begin to see other people in other countries' lives improving. They're seeing it now on Facebook. It was not like before, where they were in the country, they didn't know how other people live in other parts of the world. Right now, everybody in the world are closer to everybody because of the technology. So when they begin to see the lives of other people improving, they themselves will want their lives to improve too. So these things can cause insurrection, it can cause problem and all of that. So I think those are the things we need to look at. Yeah.
Okay, let me throw this other one out here. Let's chew on it until another 15 minutes or so, that I'll open the line. But let me throw this one here. This sanction business. Do we truly believe that the sanction has some sort of the kinds of effect that Liberians were praying for, hoping for? You think the sanction of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is it, 5 people or 6? You think the sanction is doing its work in Liberia?
Yes.
Why would you say that when you have the like of Prince Johnson, what's his name, Grand Kema County Vani Sharma, they're doing good. They're not broke. The like of McGill and Bill Tuareg, they've just been re-elected. Just being elected senator.
Yeah.
You have Serena Sufa is not begging for money. So why would you say yes, the sanction is doing its job, except to bar them from coming to the United States? That's about it.
It barred them from coming to the United States, and to travel for them, let me tell you, it's very difficult for them, because you don't know what is waiting for you outside. This is the danger. Send all the people your names. How many times have you seen anything traveling? Because you don't know what is out there, whether the people got something packed with Interpol. They can pick up from any airport.
That's true.
You're not in Liberia.
I never saw Barney Simmons traveling for a while.
No, he can't travel. No. He won't. He asked us, he hired to freeze it. Seriously, what told you the last time I was listening to him? They said, why you are not getting a lawyer in the city? He said, they people charging $1,000 an hour.
Okay.
$1,000 an hour. So now, all these people now there are the mercy of the United States government. If they do accept that sanction is lifted, Jefferson Kochi, his own is worth because he got human rights thing attached to him. So you're not sure what airport I can go to outside Liberia that they will not apprehend me. In Liberia, yes, they are free. But you can't leave, you can't travel outside the country. If you travel, you're scared. Prince George now, you ever saw Prince George living in the country again to go to Nigeria? So,
maybe because Joshua is no longer there.
Oh, but the church stayed there. They got another spiritual father, you can still go there. But these are some of the effects it have on these people. Our chair can't travel. I don't think he'll come to the US again. They will not give him visa.
But what's about his family? Are they back in Liberia now?
I don't know. If I was something like, I don't know. Because all these people, they say the children, grown-up children, only children who are on age can stay here.
Wow.
Maxwell came out, what they did to him. And Maxwell came out, what at the UN? At that time, what they did, they declared a person and glad that she had to leave.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, let's get your view on that, Terry.
Yeah, I think, Pajo, we're not hearing you, Pajo.
We're not hearing you.
I think that someone called you and intercepted your something. Yeah, go come back. So yeah,
Terry.
Yeah. So I think the sanction, even though I want to partly agree with Pajo, but it's not really impacting those guys as the way we thought it would.
Right.
You know, because these guys are winning elections. As a matter of fact, these guys are pivotal very quickly, and they, like Bill Twiley, he also won in River says. These guys are senators, you know. So whether if the sanction is really working, because let me tell you, a person like Liberian or Liberian man can live and sit down in Liberia once he's in a good position and he's making his money. He can live all his life.
You don't have to travel.
No, you don't have to travel. You get everything
in fact, he's better in Liberia.
He's safe for better and everything. The man can build an empire for himself in Liberia.
In Liberia.
Like what he mean? Like Cyril Allen then. You ever hear Cyril Allen travel like all of Liberia? You ever hear Bernard Uwe traveling? These people don't leave because they got everything. Those boys then can go, they can carry the jet ski on the yacht, on the sea. They just roll it on the car, the truck, the ram. They carry it to the sea. They drive. They do. Those boys living better than living in America or any part of the world.
Yeah.
The only way they sanction.
And now you got horses on your farm.
These people living. The only way these sanctions make a great impact in these people's lives is when they are persecuted, when they are brought to justice. And the way things are going, adapt, and President Boca will be able to do it. I don't want to eat crow here, but you know, I'm still contemplating. I don't want to go there, but yeah, sometimes, you know, I'm still contemplating whether if he will be able to do it. Because
I don't think you're gonna have war crime court in Liberia either. War economic crime court in Liberia. You're not gonna have it.
These people, because my papa playing too smart. Yeah, he playing too smart. But
no, you know, Mr. So, that war economic crime code, you will see some changes. All the people
you are hopeful.
All the people that look, money can do things. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, if you follow the story, they told us, say, if you turn Prince Johnson, we'll give you this money.
Yeah.
If you
Charles
don't,
Taylor.
Charles Taylor, they say, if you don't, well, okay. So the guy was the middleman, spoke to her and went to the people, say, yeah, she will do it. They say, you sure? Say, yeah, she will do it. They said, okay. But we can't arrest him from Nigeria. He got to be arrested from his home soil.
That Omar is a politician. I'm telling you, I give it to her.
So what they did, they brought Mr. Taylor to Liberia. Taylor issued a writ. They handcuffed him, flew him out. The deal was done. She got her money. So that thing you're talking, they broke in last night, and they told me, boy, yeah, congratulations, this and that, we'll work with you. So he was kind of say, oh man, this is what you say you're going to do.
That was the one that I was a little bit confused. Because in the sanction letter and the sanction wording, they said that if anybody is doing business with these people, they themselves risk the possibility of being sanctioned.
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure when they said business, does it mean political business? Because President Baka is in bed with Prince Johnson. So how is he going to get out of that?
Well, I just gave you a scenario. They say you wanted 150 million, now we can give you it, but these are the conditions.
That's just what's going to happen.
And you know, if you can't get that money, the people will chase you out of the country. That's not my mom, not my pa. So they will chase me out of the country for your business.
Yeah, but do you see Liberians? Because Prince Johnson always saying that he's making these kind of bravado that his fighter are still alive and that they will protect him. Do you see Liberians actually the security apparatus that most likely going to be infected by Prince Johnson people be employed in those areas? Do you see them going and arresting Prince Johnson in Monrovia?
Samson too. You think Prince Johnson was powerful more than Charles Taylor? Let's get something right. The fighting men that Charles Taylor had, the people that killed out in Monrovia, they don't could run on the airport, no airplane on the runway, nobody want to, that plane will not want to go. But one bush did not shake. And let me tell you this thing here. 1989 war, 1990, the war was different. Where Liberians are rich now, no one group of people can just get say we disturb the place, and people just put a hand between their.
Remembering Stacey in. Stacey, good evening.
How you doing?
No, we don't talk about this thing here. It's about interest. If Honorable Boakai, if people say, look, we got 150 million now, so 2 billion now for you. These are the conditions. Hey, what do you want me to do? I will give you a leeway. Oh man, you can go and exonerate yourself because you say you didn't do nothing. You can go. So this thing we're playing with, let us see it. Let's go to a year and see what will happen.
I want to agree with Pat George.
Because this thing you're talking about, he said hey, people will protect him. Really? You think that entire Nima County is in favor of what Prince Johnson had done or what Prince Johnson is doing? No. There are segment of that society that love him. But were they going to challenge a government for his business? Maybe I might be wrong, but I'm waiting to see it because if Charles Taylor, who could say, you'll move that house, they will move it, and he came to Liberia, and none of people could run on the airstrip to say they may not leaving. maybe Prince Johnson, maybe the people name might be extra, so I don't know yet, but I hope to see the War Crime Code or Economic Crime Code, and people will say, oh, this person cannot go. Let me see it. I want to see it.
Go ahead, Terry, and then I'll go to CC to tell us.
Yeah, I think I want to agree with Pajot on this one. The only thing I foresee that Ambassador Boka would need to do, which I believe when he's ready, the international community too will be ready too, is to beef up security and to create a means wherein the court will be established here. I mean, established in Liberia, you know. But when it comes to Prince Johnson, the Americans will not rest until they get him. Americans are very, very particular about their citizens. There's an accusation hanging over him about those nuns. And they will not rest until if Ambassador Boka wants his government to have good footing, to be able to settle in the spheres of the Liberian politics and take root wherein he will leave legacy, he have to work closely with the international community. You listen to the diplomat Greenfield, when they interview her, she said some things, and those languages she spoke were diplomatic and all subliminal, in a sense that we are not going to help you until you do what you know we want you to do. And he has said it when you with the VOA, that our partners, those were subliminal statements. You know, the West, they want specific thing for you to do certain things. Just how they got Chancellor out of the way, we know about the work, but these people want Prince Johnson also. And Prince Johnson himself knows it. That is why he hides under every political leadership that he knows is going to come to power to win elections. So he hides to support that political institution so that when they win, they can protect him. He is said to using a military strategy. Prince Johnson is very smart when it comes to military strategy, all these kind of things. I told people prior to the election, I said, the side Prince Johnson will lean on, that side will win the election. And Prince Johnson, they put business aside. Prince Johnson know where to go in Lima to speak to certain things, to see the future. These people are heavyweight in the tradition. Regardless all that things that we do on the pulpit, as I'm not 100% with that thing, because I know Prince Johnson. I was on the island. I was living in Prince Johnson territory during the war. We were on the island when Prince Johnson captured Dole. We know what used to happen there. We know the kind of person he was. And a real man of God, from my religious setting, the first thing to show that that man have truly repented is the sense of remorse, to ask people for forgiveness. And that Prince Johnson have not done it. So all in all, he's not a bad person per se right now, but before everybody knew his record, his legacy. But I think politically, if Ambassador Boka or President Boka will have to seal, he have to have real drafty. Just how Ellen had drafty and took Charles Taylor and put him in a plane, even though she never wanted to do it. I don't know if Ambassador or President Boka had that kind of drafty. He need to he need a real political drafty. And the only nature that I know that can do that thing is the nature of the choleric. The choleric nature, they stand on their own. They got their own willpower. They got strong willpower. Anything that works, that's supposed to work in their interest, they will make sure to implement it. You can be the man, you can be the power. They will look in your face and tell you, say, this thing that what I will do. But I don't know. I don't see that temperament in President Boka yet. I don't want to be right. I don't see it in him yet. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for a beautiful analysis. Let's go to Sissy. Sissy, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your plate? And if you care to jump on this one, you're welcome to it.
Well, yeah, let me start with how you doing? Let me start with where my brother, the religious advisor to President Boka, stopped.
The theologian.
Hello, man. This is I always like to laugh at my brothers in the Lord, and I'm laughing in a Christian way.
But my man, you are Iman. Don't go that side. Forget
that
about
you will say PYJ what you did on the island, and you're not remorseful. So a Christian thing is questionable. Paul killed many Christians. Yet you celebrate the man who, if you are alive today, you will be going to war crime court. How many pages in all his books did he commit to apologizing to the people he killed? You know, that thing here about.
He did.
Yeah, pages. I say how many? The man wrote many books. He not even complete one chapter. He didn't.
No, that one chapter he wrote. That
Yeah, you can forgive other people, ancestors, but you can forgive your own people. You want to
we have forgiven. For me, I hold nothing against.
You're checking the man's faith. You're checking the man's faith. You can't check Paul. And this is the guy who did more deadly thing, by his time. If man should go to war crime court if we want to be fair. But having said that, having said that, look, the issue of the war crimes court as it relates to the U.S. appetite. The United States knows, first of all, there should be a war in the economic crime court in Liberia. There should be. Should have been a long time ago. A lot of heavy hands have been used most of the time to thwart the process, beginning with the Truth and Reconciliation. People started using commissioners as pawns, and they all had their own political side. You leave Ellen Johnson said they become president, and everything else falls sideways. And George Wedding said they can't show up because of political mockery, and Elijah Command can stage their own thing on the side. It became a for lack of a better word, a circus, right? So do we now use that their final report that is not even final according to most some of the commissioners, right? Where do you go with that? For me, I think we need to have a war on economic crimes court. The problem is the U.S. hands is stuck in the cookie jar. So do we have to have that war on economic crimes court in Liberia? Because if the U.S. really wants Prince Johnson for the death of those nuns, Prince Johnson would have been indicted a long time ago by U.S. courts, or even have a rape issue from the International Court of Justice. They did that with a sitting president in Africa. But Prince Johnson does not have any of those warrants issued. You only got a sanction. So for me, I think there should be war economic crime court in Liberia. I think everybody should go dance to it. I think they should have it sooner than later. They should have it before Dabo Osei can die. Because there's a lot of things we need to know. There's a lot of things we need to know. There's a lot of things historians need to know, because we have to write about the wars for our next generations to learn about, and we have to make sure it's historically factual. So we need to hear from the mouths of the likes of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, of Prince Johnson, of George Bullitt, of Charles Taylor, and Joshua Milton Blahyi, and all of these people. We need to learn from them and try to understand, put in context and perspective what happened and how it happened for our next generation to learn. This is why today a lot of historians don't agree on many things about the founding of the nation, because we put a lot of time into learning about it, right? Quite a lot of them will write about the indigenous as being savages and nothing relating to the good things that indigenous people did, because we didn't have the time to sit and learn it. So I'm really hoping that we can have a war economic crime code, number one, for people to be held accountable, number two, but for history, for academics to write about it, that we can go to the University of Liberia and have an archive there that we can go and study. But
let me ask you this: do you think you're able to achieve both items at the same time? On the same route, where you're going to hold people responsible for their act, but at the same time you expect them to come and be truthful and give and be helpful to the future history? Is that something you think that can happen?
When this guy John Wilkes Booth shot the president, you think he went there to go give story for future generations to benefit from when he shot the U.S. president? No. But through his prosecution, through the court proceeding, through documents that came out, through witnesses that came out, people put together the story. So we don't need him to come and sit there and have a one-on-one and say, yeah, we're buying the day, that my mom beat me, I people to bed, they were happy. We're not looking at that, right? Through the process.
We're looking at testimony and witnesses account.
Yeah, witnesses account.
We'll be able to glean the actual storyline, right? And so that's what I'm looking at. I'm not expecting these people to go and sit down and write a memoir or do a documentary and tell all.
But do you think the mindset of witnesses, perpetrator themselves, or even victim, you think their mind is still intact to be able to give you a story that can hold water still?
Well, no, you see, even statistically, you talk to prosecutors, they will tell you that my students and I, some time back, we did a study, and we're using the truth table to determine, some court cases and see how they came out. There are studies out there that show that eyewitness accounts are not very reliable.
It do fade away.
Right. And then even when it happened right there, it's not reliable. Yes. So then imagine we're talking years, we're talking decades, right? But what we can do, what we can understand is like we can be able to glean from pieces, from bits and pieces and bits and pieces. At least try to paint a picture for our people to understand. Right? We might not have the 100% story, but we at least be able to have a frame of the story, right? Because you're right. Right now, that is one of the difficulties that's going to happen. If you put a Joshua Milton Blaye on the stand against an individual that say he killed his or her parents, it's going to be very difficult for those witnesses to actually say the things as they happen. But yes. For smart people, intelligent people can sit down and look at the preponderance of the facts that it is more likely than not that it's 100% factual. So yes, that is one of the problems, and that's why I think we should have this thing like yesterday, because people are dying, witnesses are dying, victims are dying, perpetrators are dying, people who know critical knowledge are dying, right? Amos Sawyer is gone. We will never be able to glean from his mindset what led into the Black Beret, right? There was another group that is Saffron of the AFL that was operating clandestinely, right? We're not going to know that. So, and if the Queen of Spades, the Dabo Jose dies, there's a lot that's going to be gone, right? So for me, I think we need to do that for many.
But let me bring Mr. George in.
Wait, but let me say my last thing now, because you asked me what on my mouth. You're talking about charity and
okay. You haven't even reached your own mind yet.
The thing on my mind, that MCSS and
here we go.
MCSS, you need to do the people work. You need to do the people work, or you need to resign. Next week, I'm getting into gear. If you don't do the work, I'll start calling for action, for student action, for citizen action against the MCSS. We will face that country by fire, by force. And please return.
Are those things still on the website?
The website there, Yama.
The triple X and
I need to return the government council. GSA was mandated to collect all government property. He get renominated or he return to the council. It belongs to the government.
Is the council belong to the government? I thought that was the whole council.
No, because they made the government property. Wait, you see what he's about be careful, I
won't be able to pray for you.
What country is I refuse to go to require for a meeting?
All right, let me go to Mr. Josh before I open it, right? Mr. Josh, the question for me on this, must we wait for war crime, economic and war crime code for those perpetrators themselves to be truthful with us and explain to us what happened? Do we have to go to court before?
Except for this Blaye. But Prince Johnson, he's very adamant, very arrogant.
Right.
The same thing we talk about, we spoke about Honorable Bole on this platform, the same thing. None of these people have ever taken responsibility of what happened. The only different part I see is Milton Blaye. So the only thing we can do to compel them is by having some authority that will force them to come to talk. Because, when they talk about reconciliation, sometimes they go to South Africa, they go to Rwanda. But this thing was different. People came out and said, yes, this is what I did. And stay with that, some of them were prosecuted everybody was not granted that immunity. Not everybody. Certain group were prosecuted. So, but the powerhouse was there to unify the community. Some of these people who did something and say, look, and came and say, look, I did this to your family, I'm sorry. So we can move on. But these so many actors in Liberia, most of them, they all were defending themselves that, oh, we were defending my people, or we were defending our people. And then the question that comes to mind, okay, I get it. But in defending your people, you committed atrocities against other innocent people who did not do anything to your people. So how do we term that? Okay. For example, I was defending Nima. But you didn't go and stand to the border of the St. John River to say nobody from Banga will cross in here. No. You cross and go to area, kill people, and say you're defending your people. Well, how can you be defending people and killing other people in different territory who are not fighting you? So these are some of the things we're talking about. So these people, only force will bring them together. And let me say this. It was last year when the Assistant Secretary for, I think, Human Rights, Walkman and Affairs went to Liberia. She was on OKF and Clarence Jackson interviewed her. She said, there's no excuse to say that the people cannot be tried in Liberia. She said, once the government gave her the go-ahead, we will provide maximum security for the people in this country. And in fact, we'll create more jobs for people. She said it. So that this notion that the people cannot be tried in Liberia, no. She said no. Once we got the government gave her the go-ahead, we can put in the right apparatus and we can have it, and no chicken will crack in an egg here.
Okay.
So,
Let me take this.
So these are some of the things we're talking about. But
Let me take this caller.
Zasakawa, he refused to go to Bonkande. The children said when they said Trump drown, he said he can't go there. Why you want to go there? He said it's so. But the
let me take this caller, Mr. George.
Yes, that ancestor story will get on the CC. Professor Zabu.
Let me take this caller, Mr. George. Caller, go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Let me say good evening to you, Mr. Tu, and to all
colleagues
out there.
Thank you, Pastor.
My name is Pastor Jerome Cummings, and I'm calling from Minnesota.
Okay. Pastor, just hold on. Go ahead.
I got a few concerns. First thing, I want to speak on the issue that Terrence talked about.
Pastor, you mind if I call you back so that they will be able to hear you clearly? I want to make sure that it's connected, please.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let me call the pastor back. Okay. Yeah, it is connected.
Hello?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah, Mr. Toke, you hear me? Your line kind of cracking.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're very clear.
Can you hear me now?
It's very clear.
Your line is breaking. I don't know.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead. They can hear you. They can hear you clearly.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of issues I wanted to speak to. Terry's raised a point about Maggie. Terry's my brother. For the first time, I disagree with you. If you follow Maggie very well, prior to MPP, doing MPP, he's not a smart politician. He was never one and will not be one, even after Boaka. That's the fact. He's not. If you follow the trends of events with him and the people in Magibi, you tell that he was never a smart politician. Even though it's factual that our people do not vote in the majority for money. But do you know that a Patrick Vendetta could beat him? that a Saboli in that district could beat him, do another investigation, find out why Saboli decided not to run against Magay. If you look at why Saboli never ran against Magay, then you go back to Unity Conference Center. What was happening at the September Pavilion and the Unity Conference Center during Edwin Snow was the same game that was played in Magibi County. So Magay was never a smart politician, and he won't be one. It was money that played the game. Okay? Then another issue you raised with Madam Salif and the late Chairman Brian, that was the ECOWAS audit report. And that report, there are people sitting in the Senate today, and some of whom are not there, whose name was in that document. And that's the place when people want to heal Kabina Jane, then I say, go and do your research again because you don't know. It was Kabina and Madam Salif, their game that led Brian. Chairman Brian, peace be to his actions. When he walked from Justice Ministry that day, he was wearing 25 slippers. Straight to Monrovia Central Prison. That was the game they played. It was the ECOWAS audit report. And by right, all the people whose names were in that audit report were in the country. But Madam Sally wanted to play the ball with Kabina. And so they played the ball. And that's why when his scenario was unfolding, some of us who knew the game said, he who pays the piper plays the tune. Now it was time for somebody to play the piper and somebody to play the tune. You see, Mr. Toll, one of the things that is on my mind before I leave is this. I listened to Dillon and I listened to Senator Magay. They said, yesterday we said, you didn't do things right. So now we need to do things right. And Mr. Toll, you always talk about the UP. It is incumbent now upon President Boakan to do things right by giving us the War and Economic Crimes Court. People were saying, no, it's not possible. No, it is. I got 200 plus tips, all 200, including perpetrators and victims as far as Flanzamington. As far as Flanzamington, not audio, video. These tips are there. These are historical facts. They are there. But Madam Salif and others wanted to play this game, and they played the game so well with the TRC and some of the commissioners. So since it is time to do things right, then it is incumbent upon Honorable Boakan, President Boakan, to give us this court. The only way we can find a closer to everything is when we have a court. It's when we have a court. I work for people that were on traveling ban and access free. I know what they went through for years. Yes, they were not traveling, but we know what they were going through. Yes, they have money, but you can have money, but when you don't have that peace and sanity to enjoy the money you have, we know what people went through. So in the case of those guys who are sanctioned, they are just in the embryo stages yet. Wait, just watch. Give it 2-3 years from now. Look at them, you tell.
Okay.
But thank you so much, Mr. Toll.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's try to.
Yeah. Can I say something to?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, when we talk about, I understand my prophet. I call him Prophet Gerald Cummings because I respect him a lot.
I tell you, I'm getting ready to call him Prophet Key.
Oh no, God forbid. So, but when we say Magay is smart, politically, your record politically justify who you are. What you have achieved justify you. Saying somebody is dull and looking at the level of achievement, then it means that you don't want to be honest to the situation. This man was I knew Magay long before Magay house, his parents' house, and my grandmother property where I grew up is right close by in Lokington. One of Magay's little brother by the name of Zena Norman, he's now a representative in Bapolu County. We grew up together. We used to play in a yard together. So even you come and into Maggie, say today, tomorrow, Maggie will tell you, say, oh, that I begin, I know that begin. When Maggie came with Winston Tubman, Maggie was nowhere. I know you know him from that level of child at the time. But when Maggie came with Winston Tubman, he was nowhere when they came with that collabo with Joria in 2011, where Winston Tubman went with a standard bearer and they lost to Madam Shirley. That was where Maggie propelled himself to the CDC. And after that, what we saw, these people won the election in 2017. And now this man received sanction. He left from on that ground, that sanction, he resigned. He went into Mount County and won elections there, won over 50,000 votes. And then you look at me and say that man is not smart. How smart can you expect a politician to be? Because your smartness will propel you to the level of authority where you will control power. So I would not want to agree with you, my brother, on that particular thing that the man is not smart because the records are there. All right. And you talk about Judy Bryant. I agree. Because you were in the media at the time, you got vast knowledge on all those things. But I was speaking from the angle wherein, Madam Shirley started to aggressively, in her first year going, she started to aggressively attack some major issues that brought her in the spotlight, that put her people away, that scattered her people. You understand? The opposition, all the opposition that were coming against Shirley, they couldn't make it because Madam Shirley had already set herself up to engage all her policies from the first 1 to 2 years. That is the reason why in her 6 years time, when she was even failing, many people could not see her failure because of the things she did. So I was saying this to say that Ambassador Boyka needs to begin to address some major issues that he said in his speech that he was going to do, that will propel him to a position wherein the Liberian people will say, yes, this is what we want, and to put the opposition on the defense instead of on the offense. That was where I was coming from.
Thank you. Let me take this caller. He will be the last caller. Caller, go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yes. I just want to make something clear to what.
Yeah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I just want to make
What's
something clear to what.
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, Sam Williams. Sam Williams.
Okay, Sam Williams. Thank you for joining. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Make a point.
Terrence said something earlier on that was kind of low debunked. Yes. He mentioned something about Paul, and one of the panelists said at that time, if they had a war crime court, I mean, there was a whole lot that was going to happen. But you know what happened? Saul was arrested.
Yeah.
And when he was arrested, he changed.
Not for the crime.
I even listened to George. George said, Bob Naked was the only person who was able to confess and then make things clear. So when it comes to that part where he said, if at all it was war crime code during that time, yes, Saul was arrested by the Holy Spirit and convicted.
Oh, come on.
So you can see that at this time, Prince Johnson was arrested and convicted. So at that time, it was the Spirit convicting and arresting Saul.
Go ahead.
So what are you trying to say? I don't know which side.
It's right in the book of Acts. As you laugh right now, just open the Bible.
No, my brother.
Open the Bible, Acts chapter 9.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. But
the Holy Spirit arrested Saul.
But
so
that is not justice. Holy Spirit arrested Saul. Holy Spirit arrested Prince Johnson. So let me finish,
and then you can make your comment. He can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Terrence. Terrence was right when he said whatever he said.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my brother. Okay. Are you done? Okay, yes, he is. Okay.
So
He must have been really.
For me, I know Prince of Sin got arrested by the Holy Spirit too, so the whole walk around court is finished. He'll go to spiritual jail. It's finished.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
So
they want to defend other people's ancestors when they check. I'm a Christian. I graduated all Christian school, but I will hold the Bible accountable. You don't try to excuse other people thinking that they don't hold up accountable. Say the Holy Spirit arrested a man. Y'all show his charge sheet now. What was his charge sheet? Move for him, man.
You know,
Okay.
that's the thing about
Mr. Joyce, let's close it up.
But the man said we're arrested too.
Mr. Joyce, give us your closing.
Look.
1 or 2 minutes, please.
So, okay, we apply that now. Since that's the case, we'll go, the Holy Spirit arrest Prince Johnson, then he finished. Since that is the case. The Holy Spirit arrest George Bole, he finished. The Holy Spirit will arrest Milton Blaye, he finished. Since that is the measure now you want to tell us that when Paul was on his way to Damascus, when he was doing that, all those things, the Holy Spirit just told him, oh, Paul, we arrest you, you finish. So that was it. Look, some of us are saying here, I don't want to say that Bwaka will not do nothing here, because just I think today, the Justice Minister was in the Senate for confirmation hearing. So even if President Bwaka making pronouncement, he have to have people in places to start on the functions. So the whole cabinet has not yet been fully formulated. So I want to see his cabinet formulated. Then we'll have to see now what is the direction President Bwaka will be going in. But if President Bwaka tell you right now, the Minister of Justice is not even sworn in yet. The Minister of Internal Affairs is not even sworn in yet. So how do you expect this man to make pronouncement? Who will be there to carry on the policy? And the Senate has a rule that if you are not confirmed, you cannot do anything. I think they need to change the rules. People must be designated to be acting while pending confirmation.
That's a good thing.
That's how it's supposed to be. So, Liberia, we got to graduate for some of these things here. How you nominate someone, you say the man cannot do anything until he's confirmed. Let people be nominated and acting pending confirmation hearing. That's how it's supposed to be. We can't be doing anything like we say in a stone age. The institution need to be running. If the destination doesn't want to let the person go there, pending the confirmation hearing, and start carrying some function. So what they're doing now? So if something happens, who is in the Army and the Command? Who is the Minister of Defense? Yeah. So we have to look at some of the rules or law we're putting down to coincide with what is happening around on a daily basis. Well, having said that, Mr. Su, I know now they are living as a UP man, they're not calling me United Party man.
Come on, board, but don't listen to them.
I'm an ANC man.
Yeah,
but I hope letting people go to court to test this 10U position. Let it go to court to test them. I can tell you, if they go to court, it's a losing battle.
Okay.
Because what the Constitution said and what the Supreme Court ruled the last time, they will not win this case. And it's not wish hunt. Because when George Wilmore asked Jackson from London, we were talking, they said, oh, no, the person has a right. He took that woman from the lottery, oh, he has a right. LSCC moved that guy because that guy was coming down here, they went to concocted law, they said, oh, the man moved. Supreme Court said, okay, that's a contract. Just pay the man the year different, no benefit, let him go. So nobody now can say 10U position is something that I have to sit and turn and no. So I want them to go to the court so the court can interpret the law for all of us. But it's not wish hunt. Joe, we asked for the president, and that's what Honorable Bwaka is following.
Thank you. Let's go to Sissy. Sissy, go ahead. Give us 1 or 2 minutes.
I would be the I would be the defense minister. Something happened now before.
No. Morel will win.
You remember that order that they gave to grade you Addison? Will you move or be removed?
And I am careful.
Okay. On a serious note, well, that would be a confirmation hearing to listen to. Say now you want to talk in defense.
That would be a serious confirmation hearing.
It would have a small confirmation hearing.
Myself will pay my way to go. I want watch it. I want to go there myself.
You bring the whole my book.
On a side note, one guy myself talking, say, man, you won't go well, bro. I said, man, I don't want job back. He said, man, you know what I be praying for? I said, no, he said, no, me, they just want to listen to that confirmation here. The kind of fire that would be in our way right now.
That they don't sound be shaking.
But honestly, on a serious note, though, the issue of the tenure position for me, I'm following it closely because I'm trying to see where the Supreme Court will sit on this. Whether they will do like the U.S. Supreme Court did to precedents on Roe v. Wade and rule against 50 years of precedents. Whether they will rule against themselves, because by George, he said it right. The George Weah administration laid a precedence. There were court cases involving Isaac Jackson and the IMO, and the Supreme Court issued rulings for them to return to status quo ante. It never happened. They denied him and his family passport for a very long time, which was a violation and infringement on their rights of movement. So I'm really, for me, I want to, as a scholar, I want to see how the Supreme Court is going to deal with the issue, because once and for all, there has to be a Supreme Court precedent that we all go by. Now, the law allows for you, just because you tenure him, you say you live there until you die. There are causes for which you can be removed. And so we're waiting to see what are those causes. Now, another thing I can tell my brothers and sisters that are fighting for this 10-year job and say it's their job, I want to make sure they clear their closet, because when they start holding out rope now, then all kind of corruption and students start dropping. Then instead of you just losing a job, you start facing prosecution. That's a big problem, you know. And one question: the guy who was supposed to replace Isaac Jackson, that guy arrested in Korea, for prostitution. So we just went leaving that. The problem is that main fly.
There are two of them.
So the minute we just in check, they just leave the government.
They leave the water. They hear
the Korean for feeding them. The Korean for feeding them.
Man.
They never leave the water.
That one really in check. They just leave the man there. They just tell government over the man on your own.
But man, the days you people, then the Korean people not the far they lead them.
Okay, but I think though, for me, I'll be watching the. That's one of the things that got me keen on listening to how those cases are going to go, and what I will implore the Bwaka administration is they should not do like the past government. If the Supreme Court rule against them, I think they should uphold. They should go by the Supreme Court ruling. You can disagree with the ruling of the Supreme Court, but you have to honor it. You have to respect it. You have to execute it. So I will hope that when they go to court, because it's not an if, when they go to court, if the Supreme Court rules against them, I will hope that they don't say, oh, but Joe, they didn't do any rule against him, do it. I will hope we don't have those kind of argument where we're trying to justify people violating and going against the rule of law, right? So I will hope, and I will be hoping that the Supreme Court can really sit and really look at this thing, because for the next governments that are coming, we want to make sure that what are within the purview of the next governments going forward. So at least we know as citizens how governments are supposed to operate. So for me, that's what I'll be watching it for. And I'm not rooting for anybody either way. I'm just trying to see how the Supreme Court is going to handle this. And then in my closing, my brother, Professor Isaac, please fix your website. We still got a foreign language thing here. You still got Sonita XXX. We don't know what her last name is. I don't know what tribe can spell people name with triple X. She's not acting in Vin Diesel movie here. Please fix your website. Then from there, we get into the data piece. Papa Zanzan coming for the people out here next week. I'll be like, bro, can we get it by force?
What?
Thank you.
That go
English.
Yeah. So
I go English.
Thank you for the show. For the guy that called concerning the poor issue. To be honest with you, in as much as I don't like to discuss religious stuff on the show, because I know religious colliding with politics can be very, very, it can explode. All right. So I don't like to conflate it. But the reason I made that statement is because you're comparing Paul and Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson always talk about Paul in a church. And we who understand,
Your brother, the two brothers in the killing.
yeah, we who understand the story of Paul, far from Paul, in the sense that Paul was convicted of his crime. Paul was convicted, Paul repented, and Paul was willing to give his body up. But unlike Prince Johnson, Paul even told the people he went to, the very same people that he was killing, and apologized to them.
Both. Yes.
All right, and he told them that he was deceived. He didn't know. So Prince Johnson is not behaving like that. That's my point of argument. The only man I see behaving like that is Milton Bly. And we who from the religious setting, that is how we know that somebody is convicted. That's how we know that somebody has repented. When you express the level of conviction, like for example, I did something to Sissy. How will Sissy know that I'm really sorry for what I did? I have to show it.
We're not going to church. We're going to not church.
We'll go to church, but the pastor will you Christian.
We'll go to Tamakot. We'll go to Tamakot.
So that is not, and that's what we're talking during the war. Prince Johnson was in God business. Let nobody fool you say, oh, that today Prince Johnson started God. No, Prince Johnson used to play the guitar when he killing people and singing gospel song.
But they have all been religious war.
So when people say, oh, Prince Johnson didn't start God business today. Prince Johnson was when the war was.
Prince Johnson used to read Bible.
Yes.
On his base, like he played. You're right.
Yes.
Thank you for that reminder.
That's what the man used to do. The man even opened Providence Baptist Church. I was in Providence Baptist Church the first Sunday when Prince Johnson went there to service. We were in Prince Johnson. We were in the service. And other thing, when you open the church, that time I was picking walk to go. But what I'm saying is that the Ambassador Boyka needs to take certain actions. Ambassador Boyka have already exhausted 30 days of his 100 days. And like what Ceci said, I agree that these positions have not yet taken full swing. I think it was Ceci or Pajot, one of you guys said it, and that is what could maybe delay his 100 days deliverable. But again, that would not be an excuse that he's going to give the Liberian people after the 100 days. He needs to address some major issues, especially the era of auditing. For me, I don't have time with the trending position. It was less for me. If he's able to change everybody, he change everybody. The only person I will plead for is the election commission.
No, he can't touch it. No. The election commission is out of reach.
Yeah, because she really did a good job.
No, it's established by the Constitution. It's established by the Constitution. It's one of the institutions you can't touch.
So how long she got? She got one more.
So because my military didn't win now, so the election commission did a good job. Yelling around here. That 1% again, we challenging it. I think we deserve more than that.
Okay.
The woman,
thank you.
The woman may not win. Then you want to take the woman for never, man.
Thank you.
She's there for 7 years.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Sissy, Mr. George.
Terry, I will take with Tamakot. Tamakot used to be on Center Street. Those guys used to sue the buffer then 4 o'clock. By the time he appeared to Tamakot, Tamakot in Store Beach.
Okay, guys. Let's meet tomorrow on Mr. Social. And let's see how far we're going to go. Good night to all of you. We appreciate it, Sissy. Mr. George, thank you very much for your continuing help. Again, folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you that have been calling in tonight. Those of you that call in, those of you that made a contribution by writing and texting, responding to a comment and what have you on Facebook. We appreciate that. We want to thank all of you. We hope that you will continue to support Liberian Public Radio. Very shortly here, Mr. So will come up, and because there's a program that Mr. So is putting together, and hopefully will come to the public, and whatever information he has, he will try to let the public know at the time. But we'll be back here tomorrow, on Friday, with Mr. So, and we will be able to have some good discussion. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. We'll say thank you very much, and we'll say good night to all of you.
Good night, folks.
Le père, votre vignon. Cadeau! Baïmaloa! Ablenyoa! On s'en trouve peu Ablenyoa. Moi, non, Kai. Fond de siate de Sébi. Zouzou! Oh,